It's season 16 of Apex Legends and you still have yet to drop a 20 bomb. You may feel like giving up, you may begin to start doubting yourself and your ability, and then you may unfortunately place limits on yourself that do not exist. After you watch this video, that's the mentality that I hope you break away from. Here at the Scrapyard, we preach growth mindsets, not fixed mindsets. We understand that if it's been 16 seasons and we haven't dropped a 20 bomb yet, there are things that we have to ask ourselves. Am I giving it my best effort? Am I ready to put in the time and effort to get what I want? Are there different steps that I could take to help achieve this goal? That's my mindset that I have in real life with the things that I do, or even for things pertaining to myself. And that's why I'm so good at video games. Now it's time to cut out all the excuses. I'm going to give you guys some 20 bomb gameplay from the #1 Loba, myself of course. And I'm actually going to provide some commentary with it. So be sure you're paying attention to any key concepts that I go over, and overall just a style of gameplay that I show in this video. Without further ado, let's get it. Bam 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 bam. The dropping 20 bombs honestly is quite difficult because there's a small factor of luck involved in it. You can follow all of my tips and pieces of advice and still not find enough people in that lobby. But when I'm going for 20 bomb games, I'm always landing hot. For this game, you can see that I drop at antenna on Stormpoint. Despite how contested these POIs are, I always find a spot to land that's uncontested within that POI, which gives me enough time to loot peacefully before I enter the chaos. And you see that it happened exactly here right now. This Wraith and Horizon team jumped down from high ground because they couldn't find any loot, and by the time they drop on me, I already have 2 weapons, shooting them in their back while they're looting still. Easy couple of kills right here. But even then, I'm still wary of playing cover, and I still maintain some distance because personally I suck with a Spitfire. Notice how I'm always keeping my head on a swivel and I'm very aware of my surroundings. I hear there's Octane drop on me, so I quickly locate where he is and take cover immediately. And as you saw, I aggressively braceleted on him to make sure that he didn't have time to heal. And before I forget to mention, Loba is the best legend for 20 bombs in 4K games. You see that after I got these 2 kills, I have absolutely no loot. So instead of wasting time trying to find loot or risking my life doing so, throw my ult down, gather what I need, and go push the next fight. In situations like this, off rip when I don't have anything, I'm looking for ammo and guns, and then typically attachment for those guns. And of course, always looking for batteries as well. Once I have what I need, then it's time to push the next fight. Or maybe we just have this random Wraith fall from the heavens and land right on me and give me some free kills. So right now I'm kill leader, I have 3 kills and I still hear shots being fired in antenna. So I know there's more kill opportunities, so I do what I can to go up there and challenge them. And of course, simply put, if you're trying to drop 20 bomb games, getting 20 kills in one game is difficult if you have poor aim. Please go watch my controller tip videos if you need to work on your aim. But right here I get some beautiful shots on this Loba, who is now so weak and runs away she is no longer a threat to me, so my attention is immediately directed to her teammate. Since my teammate is right next to me, I know we'll kill that Maggie quick enough, so even if that Loba re-challenges me, I might take a little damage from her, but she's literally 20 HP, so all I'd have to do in that moment is flick on her and shoot 2 bullets and she's dead. So that Loba is no longer a threat. One thing you have to understand when fighting, it's assessing who is your immediate threat and assessing when an enemy is no longer an immediate threat. That's a perfect example of what I mean right there. And as you see in the top right, after fighting everybody off rip, I now have 5 kills with about 900 damage. This is all you really need after fighting off rip. The next step in dropping 20 bomb games is your sense of urgency after fighting off rip. You can always pay attention to the drop ship and see where people are landing, but as somebody who's dropped literally hundreds of 20 bombs before, that's something that I never do. The same POIs on every map are going to have the same amount of people roughly every game. The super contested POIs are always super contested every game, and the least contested POIs are always exactly that. So knowing this, I make my way to Cascade Falls and I find a couple people along the way. These 2 players are a prime example of players that are so unaware of their surroundings. So much so that it frightens me because they're probably like that in real life too. Super oblivious. These are the types of players that you have to be sure to kill and do so quickly to move on to the next fight. Just in a matter of a few seconds, I now have 7 kills. One thing that you should always be looking for are batteries when trying to drop 20 bomb games. So after every fight you get into, throw your Loba ult down if you're playing Loba, grab some bats and move on to the next fight. So I make my way past Cascade and I don't find anybody there, but I do find people at this no-name place right next to it. So my rotation worked out. Right here you're going to see some pretty rough shots, especially with the flatline hipfire. I'm so mad that they nerfed it that bad. And at that point I'm now being shot at by his teammate by my side. I have no shield, so I brace it out. I'm also alone right now since my teammate's not with me, so that's why I play it super safe right there. One thing that you should notice is that I actually hold here. Instead of taking that launch pad away, I find a position within this bangle where I'm not going to be hit by it, and I pop my battery to stay in this fight. This is to reduce time wasted. I don't want to chance this team running away or another team pulling up and taking these kills. shields. Now pay attention to this because this is a pred level tip right here. I do a little recon to figure out where both of these players are. A lifeline's in the building to my right. Her shield is now cracked by my teammate, which leaves this Bangalore all alone on the wide left staircase, which gives me a window of opportunity to go take this 1v1. I'm assuming that the lifeline's going to be popping the shield battery and healing up instead of watching the angle for her teammate. And yes, even good players miss their shots too. Bangalore is playing super passive though, and that smoke disrupted my play right there. The window came and left immediately. So now my teammate is now being swung by both of them. So I collapse back onto him. At that point, we get third partied. I knock one. I quickly finish off the second guy. And now my attention is back towards that building where the third party just came from. I'm listening for footsteps and they're pushing directly towards me. It's a 2v1. They're directly above me. That's not a fight that I'm winning, so I brace it out to cover. Somehow mysteriously at that point, I'm able to pop a battery, but now I'm being fourth party by a completely different team. Both of them are right on me. I have absolutely no cover. Again, this is a fight that I cannot take. I don't have a bracelet, so I do what I can just to run away. Notice how I'm running away. I'm not running away in a straight line. I'm running in this evasive maneuver style. When running away like this, you're always looking for places to turn and burn on them, typically with some cover to give you a head glitch, which is exactly what I do to this team right here. I jumped way over the rock by accident, and now I'm exposing myself completely. My plan failed, so now I'm down bad, and I have to keep running away. I'm also worried that if I do stand here for any reason, the team that third party me initially is still at this house. So even if I do fight here, I'm pinched and will most likely die either way, so I do what I can to remove myself out of this pinch. Find some slight cover that kind of protects me from both of these teams as they both shoot at me. I pop a battery right there and buy me some time and health to get my bracelet back, which I then immediately use to brace it away. This gives me time to heal up and then reassess the situation and then re-engage in that situation as well. So now that I'm healthy, both of these teams can get the smoke. Right now you're going to see exactly what I mean by the 3 R's of Apex: retreat, reassess, and re-engage. I've already retreated. I've now reassessed that there are about 3 teams here, and now I'm re-engaging to become the third party as opposed to being third partied. As you can see, I get an easy knock on a guy that's super weak here. The Pathfinder grapples away and is no longer a threat, so now I can grab my teammate's banner. I wrap along this backside here because I know there's a team back here, and I also want to get away from this team that's sitting on high ground with the Watson fences. I do a lot of damage on this Bloodhound right here, but you'll see he gets yoinked by that team on high ground. He wasn't aware of his surroundings, but I am. I can easily drop back to the side if that team chose to focus me. That Bloodhound ran in the wide open and gets killed by them. Again, being aware of your surroundings at all times is important when dropping 20 bomb games. Now you have this team on high ground who I know is not going to push me, so I put a mobile respawn beacon down. After playing the game for so long, you just kind of get a feel for how certain people would play. But on the off chance that they do push, I use this mobile respawn beacon as bait pretty much. I know that with this team on high ground with Watson fences, there's absolutely nothing I can do to kill them. In my mind, that's 100% an unwinnable fight. So I use this mobile respawn beacon. It's either you push me or I revive my teammate. You'll see that I crack one and do about 50 damage on the other. That gives me enough time to respawn my teammate. That Pathfinder now has 5 seconds to heal up. If he pushes up and doesn't heal, then I kill him. If he takes 5 seconds to heal up and then push me, then I get my teammate revived. See how I always maintain advantage of every fight that I'm in? At that moment, I even say to my Twitch chat, hold on guys, they're gonna push. That's me predicting what they're gonna do before they do it, so that when I re-engage, I'm ready for it. I climb up and realize, wow, they're not pushing. So I get him revived and the team's still on high ground, but I'm looking behind me to see if another team's gonna third party us, which is exactly what happens as soon as my teammate gets revived. Even though that team on the building is right next to me, based on their playstyle, they're no longer a threat to me. So I play cover and I push this third party. This is to get an angle on them so that they don't kill my teammate. I crouch right here to hide myself from the third party, but also from the team right to my left above me. Resourcefulness is key. Instead of pushing them with a broken shield, I armor shop and then engage. By now, both of these guys have probably healed up. We see the Octane just pop a battery right there. My teammate still hasn't looted up and he's still pretty weak. So I try to create a window for the enemy team to push me. Usually it's in the form of a mistake. Back up off of that door right there. In the Loba's mine, I'm in the wide open with no cover. So she thinks to open the door and challenge me. At that point, I clip her. Now it's a 1v1 with the Octane and I have full health damn near. I don't need my teammate. Always wrap a different angle when you're pushing a building like this. Never stay still. The team that was on height now ziplines to my building. I'm weak, so I brace it out back to the red armor swap that I initially dropped. I pick that back up because it has more health than I do, and then I heal up the red armor to give me the most health possible. As you can see, this team is very, very scared. Pathfinder grapples back up to his place of safety. I believe his teammate's still in the other building, which does have a zipline straight to the building I'm about to push, so I have to be wary of that, but I'm going to take my 1v1. And of course, they both run away again. People like this are annoying. It can definitely inhibit your ability to drop 20 bombs. They're just wasting so much time, but this team needs to die, so I push them. The Pathfinder is very weak. I'm looking for him, but I'm also wary of his teammate sitting on high ground, watching out for him. I know that as soon as he heals up, he's going to try to walk back up the hill. That's why I'm looking for him to the left. I easily kill him right there. There's no cover for him. I'm not worried about thirsting him. I just go straight to his teammate and kill him. I'm trying to drop 20 bombs here, not 4Ks. 20 bombs, you want to quickly speed up every fight. But for 4K badges, it's a little better to take your time, thirst them, and then farm damage. Again, not with 20 bombs though. This Watson sees my teammate and in her mind thinks she's in a 1v1 because she's unaware of her surroundings. I'm not though. She pushes my teammate and gets tunnel vision and completely forgets that I'm on this angle. She should have known that I was on this side of the hill because I just sent shots to her teammate from this side of the hill. So even if she didn't see me or my bullets, she still should have heard that direction I was in. And even then I get my kill yoinked by my teammate. Nice. Also, before I forget, you should always be playing duos when trying to drop 20 bombs. It's just easier to 1v2 than to constantly have to 1v3 every fight. So I have 13 kills. I'm still 7 kills away. I'm looking for the next team while rotating the circle because round 3 is coming in and that's a circle that you have to respect. Find a team. Again, the enemy is completely unaware of his surroundings. You can see in real time how long it took for him to notice us. And when he does, he tries to go back to his teammate because that's his place of safety. And it ends up costing him his life. So now I know because there wasn't a second teammate that took that zip line, his teammate still has to be in this building, which you can see him sending shots at my teammate right there. And I do what I can to kill him. He's less than 100 HP here. I'm full 225. Check this play out.
10 seconds until the ring closes. Grab what you need.
Yeah, chat, but you didn't know about that shit, chat. By the time I get to him, he actually fully heals, but he has his back to me when I challenge him, so that's an easy one clip. So I'm trying to find the last teams. I pretty much need to kill everybody else in the lobby to drop this 20 bomb. Because of that, when I'm solo queuing, sometimes I'll tell my teammate, yo, I'm trying to drop a 20 bomb. Sometimes they listen and help me, other times they don't. Let this guy know that I'm close to one. He says, do it, dude, but he still tries to yoink my kills. So at this point, I'm playing for myself, not him. Again, if you're trying to drop your first 20 bomb, you gotta do it by any means necessary, even if your teammate dies. So I'm fighting this team in this building, and I get shot by a longbow from afar. So now I know where at least 2 teams are, and I'm taking mental notes of that. That way, once I finish this fight, my attention goes directly in that direction. Now I push super aggressively against this team. They're sitting on head glitches with snipers. There's nothing I can do from this distance, so I close the gap. I notice the team's behind me at the building, so I push through this fight. I get an easy knock, and then of course my teammate yoinks my kill again. See what I mean? Now I'm hoping to God there's still 2 people left in this lobby so I could drop this 20 bomb, and if so, then I have to do it super quick, and I'm not worried about my teammate at all. And I get them both pretty weak, but now I'm a little nervous because I need to heal up. My teammate's full health, so I armor swap super quick to save me time, and then push these 2 while they're still healing. Hopefully my teammate doesn't steal them. I quickly get that Pathfinder and instantly snap onto the Bangalore. Once again, you see the Maggie still trying to kill him. Thank God she absolutely whiffs that massive shot, and I get that last kill for that 20 bomb. I hope you guys learned something today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 30K real soon, and that's how it's pretty much done. Using my tips and my advice, you can get to a point where you're doing this consistently just like me. But there's a lot that you guys need to learn still. Best of luck to you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam.